Morning, everyone. My name is David McClure, and I am here to represent the board as the chair. And we'll do a roll call here, bring the meeting to order. So we have Elaine,
Lemoyne?
and Judith,
Here?
Jensen Riggles,
Yes.
and Lynn Wheatley Beaupre,
Present.
and Marilyn,
Present.
and Sarah Corbett's not with us. She's unable to attend. She did let me know. And we don't have a police liaison at the current time, but we will have one. Sharon, you're here?
Super, thank you. So we're next to each
We're
other.
all good. So we have a quorum, and we're ready to go. Miss, would you do the pledge?
Can we all stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance?
Of course.
No, you don't have to stand.
Okay, super. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic,
For which it stands.
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I always miss that.
There was a little fumble there over that.
Same thing.
We all have to go back to second grade, I'm sorry.
Can we have a moment
For
of
those that
silence?
are ill and not with us today.
And all those poor people with the floodings and the burnings going out in the
And everything.
Midwest.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Sorry about the Pledge of Allegiance.
That's okay.
It's okay.
You
My
know,
mind is in 100 different places right now.
we'll let you have some more practice at it.
Okay.
I trust, stuff like that, so thank you. Okay, past minutes, meeting minutes, we had one error that we found, we will correct that, but other than that, anyone have any questions? All approved? Could we get that approved with the one correction? That is in number 2, line 4, we have Select Board Representative Riggle, which is not correct. So, we gave her a promotion. So we'll correct, so with that one correction, could I have a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting?
I make a motion to accept the meeting. minutes.
Okay. Judy, do you have that, Carolyn?
Judy was the motion,
Uh-huh.
second by?
Marilyn?
Marilyn.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So it's unanimous. All right, thanks very much. Let's see, we're going to skip down to the director's report. Miss Sharon.
Okay.
We do,
No.
not at the point.
We will. So if you haven't been by the COA office, we have a wonderful new floor that we
It's
had
gorgeous.
put in, yes. It matches the exercise room and the cafe, so we're slowly but surely getting ourselves up to a livable standard, I would say. So they're very nice. It was funded with donations through the Friends Group. And it was a combination of the Elks, the Oakdale, or Oak Grove Cape Verdean Center, and Susan Gifford from her personal, from her account. So, not state money, but hers, yes. So we're very grateful to the Friends and to our supporters for doing that. So we're getting there. We're staffed, so little by little. Let's see, so I'm leaving today on vacation, yay.
London, here I come.
Yes. Well, we're starting in Scotland, but we'll get to London eventually, so.
You're gorgeous.
And so Melissa's in charge for the next 10 days. Go easy on her. I would like her to still be here when I get back. Yes, everything happens when I'm away, although it started yesterday. We had quite a few incidences yesterday, so Melissa's really scared now. So that's good. And let's see, what else? We will soon be selling tickets for Mother's Day. We have set a limit of 4 tickets per person. We've doubled the price. We've gone from $5 to $10, which is still significantly cheaper than the cost.
Sure. Any repercussions from that? Any?
I hear some grumbling, but you know something, people grumble. They don't need a reason, they just grumble.
Good. Glad to hear that.
So I'm not.
$10 is a great price.
Yes, you're going to get a beautiful catered meal.
Yes.
You know, from our our good caterer. And I shouldn't say that because it makes it sound like the others are not good, but this is the one that did the St. Patrick's Day breakfast. We use them for special meals. They did our Mother's Day lunch last year. And then they get the entertainer, and they get to dance, and they get to hang out with their friends, and it's for $10.
We have a
You
good
can't even get
time.
into the movies for $10, so.
And you can watch Elaine dance. I've
can-
seen that.
Yeah, that's worth the $10 right there.
Right there, absolutely.
So we have an ice cream social that's coming on the 24th, 20th, somewhere that week. And
22nd.
yes, those tickets are $2, and those are on sale. The only reason we charge the $2 is because if we do it free, people sign up and they don't show up, and we end up with vast quantities. And everything is so expensive. We can't be paying for things and then wasting it.
Understood.
So, anyway, so that's what we decided to do, the $2. And so I'm gonna, do we have a separate bullet? We do, for Civil War, so maybe we can just segue into that. But the chief and I have met a couple of times to move that initiative forward, and it turns out that our chief is not just a great singer and officer, but he is also a tech wizard. So he's created a couple of apps, and he's done a few other things, and I don't want to steal his thunder, so
His
I'll...
reputation precedes him, so.
It sure does. So each of you, I gave a copy of the, it's just a printout of the main app page from what's been created for this initiative. And then there's a second two-page paper, which is really the application for someone who would want to register a loved one for this program, just so you can see the type of information that we'll be asking. So that's what that is, and I'll turn it over to you.
Sharon, may I just, I'm sorry, but I apologize. I neglected to introduce you and welcome you to our meeting this morning. So, Chief Walter Correa, thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for all this work.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this was going to be available.
Well, we have John, who is very good at this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could ask
He
John
knows a
to...
little bit, anyway.
Yeah.
There should be an HDMI cable. Do you have an HDMI port on the computer?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, I think there should be an HDMI.
John gonna do it? Okay, good. Hey, Jim. There's sometimes a cover on the front where the lens is. I don't know if it's open. Should we put the lights out?
Dim.
It's behind you.
So this is,
Can you turn the other set on, this set on, just so my cameras can see? Thank you.
Welcome, Jim.
so I'm going to log out. This is the app. This is the link that we're going to put on the town's website. Police department, fire, EMS, both fire departments, EMS, and DNR. So this app is going to be running in each of those buildings. So it's basically the internet-facing app. The website address gives the information about the program, and it's basically the information that Sharon gave me and just put into just a web form.
And Chief, this will interface with a new town website? We have a new...
Yes, yeah, no problem. It's just a link. It'll be a link from the Newtown website, which looks very, very nice, by the way.
It does.
So right now, this app is, I have total control of who has access to the app. And it's, right now, it's going to start out where it's just going to be myself, Sharon, and then each one of the police station, the fire stations, everybody will have their own login, and I control the users. And the reason I did this on the back end of the database, it's for security, so that not just anybody can submit a form, because we could have problems that way. This really is for the Emergency Public Safety Council on Aging to have direct input. So you sign in, my username and password's already in this computer, and then you get to the same page, except for you have two additional areas here. The first one is if you want to submit a form, you just click on there. And this can be done with your phone, tablet, PC. It's running on Sharon and Melissa's computers, desk computers. You take the picture, or you can upload a photo if you're on a PC and you happen to have a picture on the PC. Then you go through and you basically fill out each one of the fields. It'd take you about 30 seconds to basically get through most of this form. And as far as medical information, I'm finding out from some other police agencies that some stuff that might be HIPAA, they're just not putting in the particular form. So you can, even just the bit of information, the person's description and caretaker information, all this stuff is going to be a big help for us if we have somebody that wanders real time. Once you fill this out and you hit this submit report, it's real time, and any one of us that have the app on our computers are going to have access to the data. Now, I'm not going to submit this form now. I'm just going to cancel out here, and it takes you back. The next part of this app is to view the forms that have been submitted. So if I had just created that form and I submitted, we would go...
Oh, don't clip on there.
Yeah.
There's some real ones in there.
Did you put...
I did, yes, so please don't clip on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's confidential on there.
Okay.
Who's in there, yes.
Okay.
Did you put
So-
my name there?
I did, Elaine, yes.
So if you go here, you'll go to the names and their information. From that same screen, say that I entered the wrong information. You're able to update on that screen or updated information. There could be something else, and it's saved there. From that screen, you can print the report if you need it. And basically, that's the app. It's no magic. It's pretty basic. It's just that I don't think we should get this out on accessible from our town website where somebody could actually fill it out. They'll have to see one of the agencies to get this filled out. And like I said, you can do it with your phone. At the police station, I got 4 computers right now that have access to this. They have a username and password to get into the same app. If somebody walks in the station, it'll take us a couple minutes to get the person processed and the form updated.
We have a half-page information on this in the upcoming newsletter so that people know they can have this done here. And it also lists, the other departments as well where they could go, but we'll start to push it. That's our main newsletter. I don't know, are you still waiting to be blessed for this?
Well, whatever the process here in the town for anything, that goes live.
Who would be the blessing person?
Say that again, I'm
Who
sorry?
would be the blessing person?
Well, I think the plan was for the chief to talk to the select board I know Sarah Corbett asked me for an update last week. I don't know if she presented that. I gave her what I knew, and then I asked her to touch base with you.
Yeah, I can make arrangement with the select board that maybe come to the next.
Yeah.
Do we need to go to a select board meeting to do something just like the
I
chief?
don't think so.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
I mean, I think they should know, obviously.
Yeah.
It's an important feature for the town, but I
Sure.
don't,
I've done apps
I don't know.
that we use at the police department, but I just go live.
How are we going to handle the press relations to let the public know that we have this program? How's that going to be done?
So Wareham Week is already, they will do something. We're doing it through our channels, so it will go on Facebook, it will go through the newsletter. I don't know, I mean, we were talking, Carolyn, in your role as the Friends president, of maybe doing a mailing of some sort. This might be a good reason to do one, because there are a lot of people that don't get our newsletter, that don't go online.
And all you'd really, you can print this forward page that's going to be on the website, and you can send that right out.
Yeah.
That would be a good option.
There needs to be a marketing campaign for this, and that's what I'm really kind of searching for. What the chief just did here, spectacular. I think that, I understand it. So I'm wondering if we could get something like what you just did put on Wareham Media, and I think I'd have to ask John.
I was going to say, we do have someone over behind that, the wizard behind the
The wizard behind
curtain.
the screen.
Yes, I'm sure. Actually, I mean, not that Senior Matters gets a ton of viewership, but if you would like to be a guest on Senior Matters,
Oh, that's
which
a good
is my
idea.
TV show that I do
Yes.
at, look, he's making a face.
No, all kidding aside, that's a great idea. That could be it. And we could advertise.
I started Senior Matters as an attempt to reach homebound folks who don't come to the COA, who don't know that
Sure.
we've even been revived. And it goes out on Facebook, and they show it periodically on different Wareham Media channels, so.
Chief, could you do
Maybe
that?
you,
In the interest of Senior Matters and for those that, I'll do it.
oh, thank you. We won't make you
What a
sing.
great, and the nice thing about that is that goes onto YouTube. So if someone has any kind of questions or something about that, we could always refer them to the YouTube site, and actually we could put that in the, our minutes and whatever else when we get going. So our plan always was to have this in effect for May 1st, and I knew back in January that this was I have a dream sort of thing, but it kind of looks like it could be effective May 1st.
Oh, it's ready to
It's
go.
already on. Yeah, it's done.
It's already ready to go.
So if we shot for that May 1st advertising date, get everything all accomplished and that sort, we would be good? Yes?
No.
No.
It just takes longer, and I'm gone until the 14th. And if we're going to do a mailing campaign, it takes, well, we'll have to figure out who's going to pay for a postcard or whatever it is we're going to do.
The Friends could certainly fund that. That's not
Okay,
an
so
issue.
we still need to create it and all that other stuff, and,
Make the flyer, if there's, we'd have to order a stamp so that it can go, mass marketing price.
so if we did a postcard, which this is what I did when I first started here, this is kind of how I marketed the place. You can do a postcard that you put the indicia on it, just like a newsletter, and you don't have to worry about stamps.
If a postcard would be big enough, absolutely, that'd be perfect. And
Yeah.
we print
Well, it doesn't need all these details. It needs pertinent details to contact the police or contact the COA or the fire department or whatever. And,
We could
yeah.
certainly afford to do the mailing on that. Can we run labels from all the members of the COA? Everybody who signed up and has gotten a tag?
we can, that is, right now, we're up to about 3,400 members.
Wow.
If it saves one person, it's worth it.
Yeah. So we could do that. That would, again, I'm leaving today, so this is something for when I come back. And we've been working with the sheriff's department, the jail, actually, to get our printing done, which is a lot cheaper than going through. Did you know you could do that? They do, oh, you do, yeah, of course, you're part of that system, but anyway.
I think the chief knows
Quality
that.
work and really, really inexpensive, so we could probably get the postcards pretty affordably. So, anyway, and then Senior Matters, which is,
I see you.
I'm not going to do one again until the end of the month, probably, so, I don't
Lynn
know.
has a question.
Yeah.
Is it something that can be brought to the health fair that you're doing in May?
Okay, absolutely. We will have, the COA will have a table. Well, I don't know that this is the part of the meeting where you want to discuss that, but I hear the head of the Friends and the head of the COA board will not be able to make it, and so they're looking for,
People to man the table.
yeah, someone at Master Staff.
It's on the agenda.
It's on the agenda, I'm
on the
sorry,
agenda.
I
It's
bullet
okay.
hopped.
You're fine.
So, anyway,
Any more questions on Silver Alert?
I have one quick question for
Sure.
Robert.
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to clarify on that, the HIPAA information. If it's known that somebody has dementia, we should not be putting that in the submission?
no. No, I'm saying no, you should not.
No, you should not.
No, that's not what I'm saying, the opposite.
No, you
If we
shouldn't.
know, so this is only going to be utilized by a very small group of people, and it, only in the case of an emergency, right, that someone has missed. So knowing somebody has dementia versus, I don't know, maybe had a stroke or something is
Yeah.
an important thing. If we know this, we should put it there. But we shouldn't say, Carolyn, what's David's issue? Like, you know what I mean? I can't pry into that, but if it's something we're aware of, we should put it there.
That would be helpful. I was just
Yes.
concerned you mentioned restrictions with other.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, it's,
Like if someone is autistic?
if we know that,
Right.
we can put it. But we shouldn't be asking.
Right.
But in most cases, I think if you have an autistic child or if you have a loved one who has dementia, they're going to volunteer that information
Yes.
because that's why they want this.
That's why they, yes.
And so, and it is really helpful, but, you know, what kind of medications they're on and if
Yeah.
they're, like, that is just,
No.
no. And again, no one will see it unless there's an emergency, and it will only be selective.
So Chief,
First
let's-
responders, not,
so we have an emergency, we have a Silver Alert. What is the process for sending it out? Is it, are you going to send it out, or the fire department sends it out?
Well, it depends how, it depends, the benefit of having this app is that once somebody is signed up, it's already in the database, and as soon as any one of us get information that somebody's missing, if somebody calls the police station, and we put their, and they tell us they're in the, Silver Alert program, then we already have their picture, we already have certain details, and that's live to everybody,
Everybody, who's everybody?
public safety.
Public safety people?
Yeah.
You don't plan on sending this out in a public, like Facebook or something,
No,
along that way? So to
no,
be the
no, no, no.
public,
This is just for internal use. Think about it as a group chat between COA and all the
Public safety agencies.
Agencies, fire, yeah.
Sure, sure.
DNR,
EMS,
EMS. And one of the things that, because I have something in place that I did years ago that we still use for autistic. And one of the things, when somebody with autistic wanders, one of the key factors is waterways that are near where the person lives.
So
And
we should add-
just knowing that piece
Yep.
is important, and it gives us a jump, a leg up on the situation, and then having their picture and their general information even that fast, instead of taking the information, then send it out to the fire department or everybody else, they'll just be able to, if they're in the system, they'll just be able to go into their
and
computer.
DNR includes, DNR includes the harbor master,
Yeah, that's,
the
yeah.
the animal control and all that department.
Yep, that will be all,
Excellent, I'm sorry.
all the public safety.
Elaine?
So if the person is dementia or autistic and they're wearing a band, is that included with you people?
So that's a different program that we do have here in town.
Okay.
So that's a separate program.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I was wondering if there was going to be attached to this.
it could be, yes,
All right.
yes.
I have a question. I help out with chair yoga once a week, and for a few weeks, I was helping a woman that really needed a lot of help. And I knew that it was beyond just not being able to get positioned, not knowing which side was which and everything. And she always appreciated me, and somebody drove her there. Then she didn't come for a couple weeks, and I met her quite accidentally at Walmart. And she was standing there, and she says, "Oh, so glad to see you. I lost my sister. I can't find her." No, my first reaction was, oh my God, what do? I know I can't leave her here. And so I said, well, I will stay with you. We'll look for your sister. And so the sister came. So I explained to the sister that, I was staying with her, but I didn't know what further to say. So this is really good information. But on the senior matters, do you mention that in that, and is it mentioned in the Beacon? Because I could have said, well, go online or here, I usually carry one of these with me, that maybe you need more help.
So in that scenario, I'm assuming the woman that you're talking about has some kind of dementia, in your opinion? Okay.
yes.
So a couple of things. The sister, which I'm glad, I thought you were going to say there actually wasn't a sister, so I'm glad there was a sister with her, can call me or call ISIS here. And we have a bunch of resources that we can help with the sister to take care of the woman who was coming here, the woman who was disoriented, for lack of a better word. Their Old Colony Elder Services is another option, and that's generally where they have services to help in this kind of condition, in this kind of situation. I think the sister is really the one that we need to talk to as opposed to the woman,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
she isn't capable of caring for herself or even remembering what you tell her,
Yeah.
right? If it sounds like, anyway, I don't know who this is, so I don't know. But
can't.
if you ever see anyone in the building that is at that stage, we certainly want to make sure that we have information on them, because some people come for programs and they never sign up, and then we can't help them because we don't even know who to call. So that's why when we ask for this emergency contact information, it's really important. I mean, if somebody falls or something happens, that's one thing, but we have so many people in this building that have the beginnings of dementia. And we need to know who to talk to if something happens.
Yes.
And we can't stop someone, we don't have the staff they walk out the door, they have, we can't stop them, and we don't even know, we don't monitor, we don't have that kind of service here. So if Elaine comes to me and say, Joe Schmo down there was here, and she knows he's got some cognitive challenges, and he's left without his ride or whatever, it's really important to know how to contact somebody who can help. And here's where having that program, if that person is then missing, what do we do? I mean, it happened in Plymouth. Somebody walked out of a hospital. He was very young, like in his early 60s, and wasn't a happy ending, but things like that happen. So, so definitely we can help outside of the COA, and then if they're in the COA, we should be able to have things on file so that if something goes wrong, we know what to do. So, tricky.
I felt this person was the caretaker, and she was more apologetic, like, this never happens, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I just stepped over, and almost like she felt threatened by me.
Yeah,
I was just like at a loss.
It's really serious, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have folks in a lot of different stages of this. It's a very, very sad situation. And the caretakers tend to be isolated because they have their own life and they're trying to juggle this other person's life to make them safe and take care of them. And they don't even know what's out there for help. So always, always, always send them to us. It's a big task, and nobody wants to put somebody away. I mean, there's a heavy burden with that in many, many ways, so.
Thank you.
All right, so to put a period at the end of this conversation here, Chief, the next thing for you to do would be to go to the select board?
Yes.
And we're happy to go with you. I'm happy to go with you if you would like.
Yeah, I'll find out the process, it may not even have to go to the board.
Okay.
I will check with the IT director to see how they handle things like this normally.
Should we run this by Derek?
Yes,
Just so he knows?
I will, yeah, I will have a
All right.
conversation.
And then Sharon, when you come back on your next senior moments or whatever you call your program?
Not senior moments.
I knew
Oh,
I-
my goodness, that's so derogatory.
You know, as soon as I said that, I knew it was
Senior
wrong. I
matters.
just knew it was wrong. But I have those.
I was going to say that was one.
I do have those, as you can tell. But whatever your program is, you'll put together with the chief, and we can get the advertising going. And
Yes,
so-
he's got a busy schedule, but when I can get my hooks in him, we'll do that.
In the meantime, I can tell you from the Wareham Police Department, if anybody, send them over to the police department, and we'll take on,
You're ready to go.
we're ready to go.
Yes,
This
and
is
so are
done.
we,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great news. So my dream of May 1st kind of is a reality, because really, it's ready to go now.
Yeah, it was
That's-
ready to
that's a-
go last.
that's a really good thing.
This aspect was
Yeah,
ready
very
last
good.
week, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is, yes.
Yep.
And at the COA, Melissa or I are the two that can put
Perfect.
people into this, which is, good that she'll be so busy next week that,
You know, and we'll just add, Melissa, if you need help, okay, we're certainly available to help you if you need help. And if it's not for us, Carolyn's available, I'll volunteer her. So we can do that. Well, thank you. You did a good job. Well done. Yep. I didn't know you were such a talent. I knew you were a great guy, but I didn't know you were such a talented person.
That's still up in the air.
All right, thank you. All right, that's so. Silver alert, we get that. Update the directory of the board members. That's us. That's you.
That's me. I took on the responsibility of.
Well, you raised your
updating-
hand. It's your
Oh,
fault. You're good.
I updated the board member directory. I'm going to pass out copies. If you see anything that's incorrect, please let me know.
Okay.
And I can make the additional once I get Marie's information and Russ's.
Excellent.
So let me just,
And that's a good, Russ,
yeah, just
Russ Barry
pass
is a
them
new
down.
member that's applied to be on our
Sit
board.
down.
There you go, so,
and I'll
so,
keep the information safe. I have a secure computer.
okay,
so it
that's
should be-
great.
And I can update it as we need to.
I have one, thank you.
Okay,
Do you
I
need one,
already gave
Carol?
one to Melissa. And also to Sharon.
thank you so much for doing that. That was a yeoman's part of work. We really appreciate your doing that.
No problem.
And
That's
we'll-
what I'm here to help.
All right, perfect. Let's move along, and let's see. So, talking about the Council of Aging for the updating of the website for the board. Well, the town has a whole new website going. I don't know how we fit into this, Sharon. Did we get updated, or?
Yeah, so the IT director sent me in advance of going live with the new site, an opportunity to update the COA and the COA board pages.
Okay.
I had never updated it when I started, and the COA page was incredibly out of date. It talked about square dancing and things that I've never even known us to have ever done, so I don't know where that came from. But anyway, so I updated the COA page. The COA board page I felt should be done by this group. I have since looked at it. I think the IT department, I don't know where this information came from, but the page, the COA board page cites, I'm going to use the word statute, it may be the wrong word, but in the Massachusetts, and again, I'm going to use the wrong word, the bylaws for the state, there is a statute, a clause or something that talks about the formation of a COA. And for some reason, this is on the COA board page, and it should not be, because it is not for the board, it is for the establishment of a COA. The state of Massachusetts in 1972 gave each municipality the option of creating a council on aging to protect seniors and their interests, let's put it that way. So some towns have a full-time center, some don't. But the statute that's referred to in that section on the board page. It doesn't talk about a board at all, so I don't know why it's there. The board page needed to be updated. Certainly, the members were incorrect, and I believe that was done. I don't know about the other stuff. I didn't actually look to see, because I figured you were going to handle that today. And what else needs to be changed on that page, I don't know. The goal was to have it done before the site went live, but it's already live, so.
Understood. So, speaking to the members of the board, do we have a couple committee members that would like to look at our, look at our website and update it? For example, remove that part that doesn't apply to us, and simply review it, update it?
I'll look at it.
Elaine
I'll look at it, too.
and Marilyn. Perfect. You're hired. That's all
I
right.
was just going to say that, you're hired, good.
Very good. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's not a heavy, it won't be a heavy lift, but it just needs to be, I think.
Sure, and if you want me to join with you, that, I'm fine to go do that, but just get together and make out a time. I'm gone next week for a week, but after that, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you for doing that. Code of conduct for the Council of Aging members of the here. This has been mentioned a couple of times here. There's some incidences that have taken place. I would like the board to vote in the affirmative of this Council of Aging Code of Conduct, that we endorse it. We think it's a good idea. So is there someone that would like to make a motion to affirm that? Ms. Elaine? Okay, Elaine made a motion, seconded by Judy. All right, and all in favor, that informed?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. So there you go, Ms. Sharon. We think it's a good idea.
All right, thank you. About 95% of the COAs in Massachusetts have a code of conduct.
Great.
It's nothing earth-shattering, but what it does is it allows the COA to take action if someone behaves inappropriately. If you don't have a policy, you can't blame someone, oh, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? You know.
Can't enforce a law that you don't
Yeah,
have.
and
a
I
law
am
for.
going away on vacation. Last year, I went away on vacation, and there was a big incident. So you need to have a policy so that if someone, and it's nothing earth-shattering. This is how we all behave, and we all follow these rules, but there's always the outliers that,
Are you thinking of having this like 1st of May, 1st of June?
no. We were supposed to meet with town council and Derek and the chief on the end of March, and I think we're tentatively looking right when I get back from vacation, but trying to get these 3 people together, it's tough, so I don't know. I'm hoping, it's top of my list, but.
It would be nice to have it in place before the summer folks arrive.
Yeah, well, we don't get that many summer folks. We
You
do
don't.
get some, but it's not.
Okay.
And they're not my problems. I gotta be honest with you. It's the.
Right.
And again, this is nothing earth-shattering. There's been a lot of hysteria, I would say, about this.
Okay.
But all unfounded. It's all things that.
Just takes a couple people to get it going.
It is, and blow it all out of proportion.
Sure.
And, nobody should be screamed at, nobody should be physically threatened or physically hurt, or, it's,
Sure.
yeah, it's just
Okay,
normal
that's all
stuff.
great.
The misinformation that's passed on, too.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what I've been a victim of.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
exactly.
a good, clear, this is it, black and white.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't want to present something until I know that it's been okayed by the
You want it vetted.
people who really are in charge. And then I'll bring it out to the
Sure.
public, so.
This is almost a full-time job for Walter. This is,
Well, yeah, he's,
Got about 15 full-time jobs.
yeah. He's our senior, what is it?
watch the word senior now.
No, I was going to say, what is it? The school has a resource officer. He's the COA resource officer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
he's been demoted.
He has a
I
new
think.
title. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes. Any other old business before we move on to new? Good news, I just mentioned,
Reduce the number of members
Yes,
to
yes.
old business?
oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that. All right. So reducing the numbers, the number of people we have on the board. It's currently 9, which we talked about before, and that's a lot of members. There's no board in the town that has 9 members. that I've seen here. So we made the recommendation that we go to 7 members. That was approved by the Board of Selectmen that went through there, and the Chairman of the Board, Judith Whiteside, was in favor of that. And so they've approved that. Unknown to me, it has to go and be approved by the town meeting. So when the next town meeting is coming up, which I believe is in a couple of weeks, that'll have to go before the town members, and they have to vote on going from 9 to 7. This is a much bigger deal than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to speak to the motion at the town meeting. It simply says, trying to get 9 people to a meeting is relatively difficult in this day and age. 7 is going to be difficult, but with Russ Barry, who's doing the paperwork, that is hopefully going to have an interview with you sometime after you come back.
When I come back, yes.
So we will have 6, so, but getting 9 is out of the question. It's just not going to happen.
Are we going to still have the option of having 2 alternates?
Yes, once we can get the full board. But if you thought of having 9 members on the board and 2 alternates, that would be 11.
Correct.
That's just
But
not gonna
7
happen.
with 2 alternates.
So once we can get 7 members, and we'll be up to 6 with Russ, so if you know someone somewhere, you can
Well,
twist.
Marie
I
will be
thought we have
7th,
7.
right? Yes.
Yeah, Marie.
Just-
Mary McCusker?
Oh, yes, that's right, Marie would be 7. So we could get 2 associates after we get those 7. So we should still recruit. And I spoke to 2 people this morning, and they told me absolutely no. So I'm not really the best recruiter, but anyway, so that has to go before the town meeting and then be voted by the town, and then we'll be that. So that's a lady in the back. All right, questions on that?
Yeah, a quorum, what would be a quorum for 6 people?
For 7?
What's that, 7?
For 7, we'd have to have at least 4.
At least 4, okay, that should kind of be in black and white somewhere. Because I was told different.
Yes, Jim?
You should look in your bylaws. I think a quorum is a number of people, majority of the number of people present, or on the board at that time. That's what your bylaws say.
Correct.
Yes.
Did I say that wrong?
5 people, then you only have a quorum of 3.
3.
Okay, I did the numbers. Got it. Right, that would be,
Business with
right.
5 people.
So at 7, with 7 members, our quorum would be 4.
4, correct.
Agreed?
Yeah, just
Yep.
so you know that you don't need to have 7 members.
Oh, yes,
You can
yes.
have 5 and still.
Jim, I have a dream, but, I understand.
Your bylaws read.
Yep.
He spends
But
a
you
lot of
have to
time
have
sleeping, doesn't
5.
he?
You would have to have the majority of the members. So however, legitimately, right now, we have 9 members.
Right.
So we can have, our quorum would be 5 for today.
Right,
Well, you don't have 9 members, you have 9 seats.
9 seats.
You have 5 members, so your quorum is 3.
Correct.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
okay.
All right, we good? All right, let's move on. Looking for new business. I'd like to see us have nameplates, which you have a nameplate that I think was created probably by you somewhere.
No, it was
But-
created for the group.
Oh, for the group, okay.
Yeah, everybody had one of these.
But I'm looking for
Yeah.
something that's a little more, presentable and things. I watched a lot of the town meetings.
You don't like my
I like the
nameplate?
planning board, the select board, and everyone else, and you usually don't know who anyone is. So if we had a nameplate in front of us, folks would know who we are. So if you think that's a good idea, I'd like.
Providing you could change the person's name on the nameplate.
Oh, sure. They have those,
always do that.
it'd be like a little plate that has a slide-in
Right.
piece that you change like that. So if you think that's a good idea, I'd like to ask, I don't think I need a vote, I'd like to ask the Friends of Wareham to provide those for us, since we don't have any money and Sharon doesn't have any money, but the Friends of Wareham have been doing a great job with fundraising, so is that something you think you might accommodate us with?
I think the Friends can afford that.
All right.
But what I need is the exact spell, like, if I look at this paper, it says Dave McClure, and I know you would like it to say David McClure.
Oh, okay,
So I
Yep.
need everybody to look exactly how their names are printed here.
okay.
So when I
Misspelled.
order them-
You're misspelled, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm misspelled.
See me before the end of the meeting and we'll get the exact spelling.
They
of
always
everybody's
forget my
name.
E in
Judy, Mike,
Wheatley.
like Judith.
Judith,
Yeah,
yeah.
so just see me and we'll double check it so that these can be ordered.
And we should have a nameplate for Sharon and a nameplate for Melissa, because she's going to be, in that role. Should we get a nameplate for the chief so that everyone knows that? I mean,
COA's resource
I have to say,
officer.
chief, you've been to as many meetings as I have. So that's,
Should he be included in the directory?
oh, we might include him in the directory. Well, it's easy to get I know where to get a hold of him.
Yeah,
It's-
but some people might not know who our officer is.
Oh, well, he's not going to be our resource
No,
officer.
Yeah.
We will have,
Trying to bring somebody else in from the department. But
Okay.
right now, got too much going on right now.
that's usually a good interview question. All right, thank you. All right. I don't think we need to vote anything because it's her money, it's not our money, right?
Yep.
Okay. Warrant article we spoke of, that's going to be reducing the numbers. Member term expiration, just make sure everybody's date of expiration is correct on the sheet that Marilyn did for us. And you must have verified
I
that.
verified it on the website.
Perfect. And the website's been updated?
COA board website, let's.
COA board website.
Well, I only say that because
Yeah.
I don't oversee it, and I don't know if those dates are right or not.
Yeah.
When two people resign roughly at the same time, I never know whose seat was reassigned to who. So, yeah,
okay.
so it is tricky. Select board office knows.
So Marilyn, could
Town
you just
clerk knows.
verify that with the select board office?
Yep,
You know where that is, the third floor?
yep.
Oh, yeah, because you had to go there. All right, that'd be great. Thank you for doing that. All right, citizens' participation. Mr. Manise, Jim, you're it. Gee, that was quick. That was very, all right. Anybody on the board? Any questions?
Oh, yeah, you didn't do the board report.
A board report? We don't have a board report.
Well, usually they go around and they say.
Oh, yes.
Board member, what does it usually say, Lillian? Board member
Board member,
report.
Tell me
Just-
what they usually say.
Board member update.
Board member update. Okay. Ellie, do you have an update?
Everybody's going to say
I
no.
do, but I can't talk about it yet.
Okay,
I haven't been given the okay yet.
okay. Marilyn?
That's Marilyn.
I'm sorry,
That's Lynn.
Lynn,
Jeffrey?
Oh,
No
I see,
updates
yes.
for me, thank you.
you're good.
None for me.
None for me.
Well, Lynn's going on vacation.
She is.
she's
Oh,
always
am
on
I supposed to
vacation.
update that?
I don't think so. I think you're good.
No, these
Okay.
people go on vacation.
Well, is
She's a
there
professional traveler.
motion to
I'm
adjourn?
jealous.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Seconded by Elaine. All in favor?
All in favor?
Thank you so much for attending our meeting. And Chief, thank you for the great work you've done.
No problem.
Thank
My
you very
pleasure.
much.
Sharon, I know you've done a lot of work on this, so really appreciate this.
No problem.
I think this will be one of your